So very recently, my daughter's just turned around to me and said, "Dad, I want a sleigh for Christmas." Now I know I'm old, but I don't think I was old enough to be Santa. But that's not what she meant. She wants a sleigh to put presents in for the kids to come down and go, "Oh, Santa's left his sleigh for Christmas and left all your presents in it." So that's my brief. Can I have a bit more than that? No, Dad, you'll figure it out. So that's what I've got to do. I've got to figure it out. So we'll go into the extensive wood pile and start buggering about, pretending I know what I'm doing. To be honest, I don't even know what size she wants. So, shall I make one 6 inches long or 12 foot long? It's got to fit in the living room. Let's find out. So we'll start off with them 2 pallet runners. Right, so these 2 pallet runners are 9 foot long. Probably not going to fit in our living room, so I think we'll cut it down to 4.5 foot, and then just sand down the edges to get all the roughness off it. So we're just sand it with 40 grit. It's going to end up being painted. And then we've got to figure out the little hooky bit at the front. So I'll probably just cut a small piece of this off, glue it to the end, and then shape it. And that will give me the 2 runners. So I think that's what we're going to go with first. Right, that's 2 pieces cut to 4.5 foot, and the 2 bits for hook. I've done at 8 inches. I was going to go 10, but it seems a bit big. So we'll get this lot sanded, and we'll see what it looks like. Right, so we've done the glue up, and took them out clamps, and we've cut them roughly to size and shape, because we've shaped them, kind of. So what I've done now is put some clamps across, hold them together, and because they're not exactly the same and not exactly perfect, we're going to sand them so they're the same profile, and then we'll just sand where the glue up is. We'll get it down to 40 grit, then we'll get it down to 120 grit. And if you've never seen anybody sand, this will be an education. If you have seen somebody sand, sorry. Getting all caught up. Tiny garage. Sander, sucker traction, and away we go. Oh, that was a cracker, wasn't it? Well, that's not gripping. Tell you what, I'll get another bit and I'll bring it back when I've done it. Right, so I've done that, the sanding part of the legs. I'll show you that in a minute. And I've come outside and it's bloody cold. So I've put another winterised coat on. Got an old bit of OSB, that'll do. It's just a weird shaped offcut of something that I did so long ago I can't remember. To be fair, at my age, I struggle to remember most things. So I've marked out 3 foot by 2 foot. So I think that's a good size for a base. So we'll just get that ripped down, and then we've got to figure out how we assemble it all and what size it's going to be and what shape, and it's got to be collapsible so it can go in an attic. I love my kids. Built me something, Dad, but I haven't got a clue what I want. Cheers, kids. One part done. Just in case you're wondering, I'm just measuring it up with the grooves on my hole saw, on my sawhorses. I don't think it needs to be that deep though. Let's go with that. Perfect. Put this away, have a clean up before the wife gets home, and then I'll show you where we are. Right, so these have been sanded, both the same size, both same profile now. So that's good. The OSB, knocking other things over, has been cut 3 foot by 2 foot. And then what I've done, I've marked 4 inches down and 4 inches in. I made a little cross. And I'm going to drill 4 10mm holes, one in each area. And the theory is that I drill through there, then I drill through there, and I put a 10mm dowel in. Glue the 10mm dowel in into there, and then add just enough coming through to hold this in place, so that then these can be removed from this. So then that's collapsible and takes up a lot less space. Then we need to put the sides on and figure out how we make them either collapsible or removable. As usual, no plans, not a clue, and winging it. So we'll get that done, because I'm sure you've seen drilling before and a bit of gluing. So we'll do that and then we'll show you where we are. So last time I managed to press record, because I'm a moron and I keep forgetting to press record. I built the base. Now I've took some thin ply and I've cut them to 2 pieces at 2 foot by 16 inches high, and 2 pieces at 3 foot, 16 inches high. Then made an allowance of the width of the plywood for the 2 narrow bits. So it's going to be 16 inches at the front, 16 inches back, and because I'm a moron, I need to cut another piece a bit smaller. Just realise that. That's what happens when you don't work without plans. Or you do work without plans. Or you don't work with plans. Or anyway, you figure it out. So what I've done, I've cut that as the basic of the side of it. And then I've cut this bit for the back. And then that's a bit taller. So I've got to cut that down. So, and then all I'm going to do is put some wood on the inside some little bits of 1x1 or some offcuts or something, and just hold them all together that way, and then small bits of 1x1 along the bottom, and then screw it into the side. So I'll get that done, because if you've never seen cutting or screwing before, where have you been? I mean, surely you've seen that before. If you haven't, I might do one in a later video, but it's bloody cold out here at the moment, because the UK's going through its Christmas mode, or its winter mode, coming up to Christmas, and it's not overly warm. That's why I've got t-shirts and hoodie and a bloody grey fleece on. So I'll get one of these fronts cut, and I'll get it all screwed together, and then before we paint, I'll show you what it looks like. Then you can all have a laugh. Right, so this is where we're at so far. Basically, the shape's been cut, rail's been done, everything's been screwed together. Not putting any glue on it or anything like that. So it's just offcuts and odds and sods I had laying around that are basically making all this. But if I bring it back, you can see that. For all you haters, yes, I'm using drywall screws. So next thing to do is underneath here, just need to put a couple of stringers on it just to stop it warping, and then a lot of sanding, bit of filling, and some painting. Better get off me, Harris, and get on with it then. Right, so it's all put together, and in case you're wondering what the white is, it's just polyfiller, you know, powdered filler, because it's only going to be painted. So it's nice, easy sand. And if you absolutely hate that, I don't mind. But it's not going to be stained, it's going to be painted. So it's just a case of painting it down, or sanding it down, and then painting it with various colours. So let's get on with some sanding then. Right, so it's all painted, put together, and Santa's lazy because he's lost his sleigh. So there it is, finished. Oh look, there's a tree as well. So these are not the presents actually going in my grandchildren's sleigh. These are just ones we've put in. And if you'd like to guess in the comments what my grandchildren's name are, feel free to do so. But the runners are painted black, it's all pushed in, a couple of gold stars on, and then on the back there's some jingle bells. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got a second, please subscribe. Give it a thumbs up for a like. If you want to put a comment, that'd be great. And share it. Have a wonderful Christmas. Stay safe, everybody.